There's no greater love on this earth than the love of a mother. And it's another Mother's Day coming up, and I'd like to dedicate this to all the mothers out there across America, and especially in these Appalachians, our old people, our old mothers that seen that we had something when they didn't have nothing. So I want to dedicate this video to them. Now, a lot of them lived on farms out in the countryside, in these mountains, these valleys. Big farms, big families. But they didn't have the modern conveniences. It didn't matter. Some lived in mining camps, out in these little towns, out in these little communities across the country. Houses like this. Now, these people of Appalachia, they live hard. And we don't want to forget their struggles and their past. And they had big families. Here's a family of 14 kids. That's just the way it was. They had big families, especially on these farms. And I know they had a lot of grandkids. But they didn't have the modern conveniences we did today. They didn't even have no indoor bathroom. This was the bathroom they used in the day, back in these mountains, and still do. And they didn't have no indoor plumbing too, most of them didn't. Packed that water a long ways to the house. And they had little kitchens like this. Our grandmothers, great-grandmothers, little simple kitchens like this. No modern conveniences, no electricity. Cooked on stoves like this, little wood stoves, coal stoves. They would even heat the houses with them. And they didn't have natural gas, propane, none of that stuff, electricity in some places. They packed the coal and wood into the house. Hard work when a man ain't home. And they didn't have no modern grocery stores either. They raised their own livestock, made their own meals. And they started many a stove like this, fixing a family meal. No complaints. It's the way it was. But you couldn't ask for a better meal of gravy and biscuits on old Grandma's stove. Man, if you don't know what you're missing, you've never had nothing like this. And they fed this family. It's all they could do. They put food on the table. And they just took it for granted, the kids did. But Mom worked hard. Here you can see Mom usually with a big family. They was the last to eat, trying to serve the family. Family always come first to them. And they took care of these babies. They raised them. They made sure they had something to eat. They never went to bed hungry if they could help it. And they tried to pass on to the grandkids how things was, how to do things, learn little things. You don't pay attention till you get older. And here's how they used to wash all these kids. An old wash tub on the porch. Take turns. But they tried to keep them clean. And when it come to wash day, a lot of them didn't have these modern conveniences to weigh up. They washed them by hand. This was hard work. They were lucky they had an old Ringer washing machine. Lucky. I can remember these little things when I was a little old bitty thing. Most of the time, they just get down and rub their fingers raw, trying to wash the family clothes. But they knowed it needed to be done and never complained about it. And this was the dryer of the day, an old clothesline. They dry these clothes day after day. And they always made sure they had some kind of clothes on their kids' backs. They had to do without themselves. They made sure the kids had something to wear. And a lot of times they would just make them out of flour sacks for the girls' dresses, many a time. And they were so gifted at making quilts. Some of the best quilts in the world come out of these old mountains. These people, these ladies were gifted on making quilts. And they tried to pass this down to the next generation. But like I said, you don't pay much attention to that when you're young till you get older. And bless their hearts, they tried to take care of the elderly that was sick, their parents. They had a hard time. They was busy. But the family come first. But the hardest thing on these women was having these babies, no hospital, and something goes wrong. And I know this is so hard on them losing a baby. So hard on them. This is a bad thing for these ladies. But this happened all through these mountains. So many innocent babies. And God bless the God-fearing woman, the mother that held these houses and families together and tried to raise her family, knowing who God, Jesus is, and the ways of the church, and the way they should be raised, so they'll never depart from it. But they could be stern women too. Here, me and my brothers. My brother would always, Mom would keep the switches up on top of the refrigerator. My little brother would go up there every chance he could and get them and break them up and hide them. But she'd just make us go get another one. And oh, how they loved their children. They done without so they could have something for a better life. And in these mountains, these old women, they worked hard trying to keep the family together while the man was out working. And they had many a hard time. But they made sure that they had something on the stove for you. Mother, grandmother, it didn't matter. And oh, they try to pass their wisdom down to you and their stories. But when you're young, you really don't understand till they're gone. Most of these old places, like our elders, have left this earth and gone on. And so many memories of the families they raised. So many of them is gone. So cherish your mothers. Cherish them while you still got them. I lost mine back last winter, and it was a hard time. But the good Lord promises we'll see them again. So cherish your mothers and your elders while you still can. Because when you turn around, they're gone. So I want to thank you for watching. Have a happy Mother's Day. God bless every one of you, and I'll see you next time.